And now we continue with Richard Haagensen from Schaeffler. Welcome, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much.
You are half Swedish and half Danish, but you've been living a long time in Finland since 1999.
Indeed, yes.
So I think it's fair to say that you are also half Finnish then.
Or at least a third.
1/3.
If you combine Swedish, Danish and Finnish, perhaps 1/3 of all.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Each.
Feels good, thank you. I did a DNA test, so I'm actually 4.7% Finnish, which is like a keskikalja, as they say in Finnish. So,
but that comes through your Swedish mother.
Probably so, yes.
Oh.
I'm still studying this one, but it's...
Well, that's interesting. Now, what you can learn.
Yes,
what pushed you to do the DNA test? These questions that always people ask you.
It is because of how I am and how I look from a culture perspective, right? Yeah. So I feel that there's something behind it that I would like to know. I'm very interested in the culture aspect. And when moving to Finland, I noticed that the pragmatism in Finland and how you do work and business here compared to Sweden and Denmark, right? So, and I feel somehow related to this one. So this was one of the reasons why I pushed.
And here you meet two language cultures as well.
Absolutely.
Finnish and Swedish, so that's easy for you in a way to
It is easy, yes.
Look up to.
Yes.
How do you find the professional life in Finland compared to Sweden or Denmark?
It's very straightforward, very, very easy.
Is it a positive thing?
It's a positive thing and also a negative thing sometimes, because you have to be prepared to take negative feedback in a much bigger way than you do in Sweden, for example. But it's open, honest. People are very collaborative. Mm-hmm. The business environment is really great here. Everybody works with everybody, and it's great.
But I anyway say that within the Nordic countries, the culture is fairly similar anyway, at least looking from the outside, the big global picture.
Yes, compared to, I've been traveling around a lot in the world and been working in many other countries. So in that sense, we are very fortunate to be working in the Nordic environment. But we can learn a lot from these other cultures around. And I think... Yeah.
That's always interesting to talk about cultures, but in order to keep the schedule running, we'll look very much forward to your presentation, and it's time for your presentation. Ecosystem and partner lead, OPTIME plug, play, predict.
Yes.
That's the title.
That's the title. It's magic.
It's magic.
Yes.
Let's hear this magic then.
Thank you.
Good.
You're welcome.
Great.
Just imagine that you are running a pulp and paper mill, and you're thinking about how could I optimize my production, how could I be competitive, but with still being able to keep my employees safe and my machines running. This is the question that we at Schaeffler have been thinking for quite a while. In Schaeffler, we have been working more than 70 years in producing bearings. We are producing machine parts, mechatronics pieces, with more than 11,000 customers worldwide. We do production in more than 70 plants ourselves. We know how to run machines and how machines are supposed to run. So this is what we want to help our customers with. So going back to the question, what would you do? Well, obviously you would use Schaeffler Uptime, but what you would do is that you would like to understand how your machines are running in the factory. But how much money do you invest in this one, and what kind of a competence do you need? Currently, when we were asking customers around the world, and especially in Finland, we found out that typically the investment is on the level of 5% of the machine. So the really critical machines that you have in your factory is something that you monitor. And what do you monitor? You monitor mainly vibration and temperature, so you understand how they are behaving, when they are getting into trouble, and maybe even have a risk of breakdown. with Schaeffler Uptime, our goal is to scale this up, to make it so easy, so affordable, so intelligent, that without increasing a lot on your investments, that you can cover the missing 95%. Typically today, our customers are covering from 5 to 15% more by doing manual checks in the factory, which is very labor intensive, very unsafe, and very irregular to do it. So this is what we are trying to do with the help of IoT and machine learning. So Uptime, Schaeffler Uptime, is something that we created here in a collaboration between Germany and Finland. Basically, we work with different companies because these IoT technologies are very mature today. It is not rocket scientists to actually find companies who are experts in all of these things. So we work with companies like Trion to take a gateway for the sensors to communicate. We work with Salcomp to produce and develop vibration and temperature sensors that are wireless. We work with Wapice to produce them in a way that they are completely wireless and fully automated in the field. And we work with Wapice to create a cloud solution and intelligent applications that is easy to use for our customers. And this way you can scale very easy the condition monitoring solution, which is the one that you monitor your machines in the factory. And out of this, you can take away the unknown uncertainty in your production, that you don't know what's going around, what's happening with your machines in the field. Everybody talks about IoT and how to get this very quickly into use and how to digitalize my operations. Today, I think that question is easy to answer. Do not do it yourself. Work with your customers, work with different companies to make this happen. Focus on the problem and focus on the business model, how you would like to solve that problem and offer that to the customers. We choose to work with our expertise in Germany, who knows how to run machines and how to analyze data, with the Finnish ecosystem of these companies that I mentioned, and customers in the pulp and paper sector, in the cement sector, in sawmills, etc., in Finland, in a very pragmatic way to make this happen. So out of this, we have created for each of the customer a way to install wireless sensors in a fully automated, decentralized wire-pass mesh network. They measure vibration, they measure temperature. It all is collected up to a Schaeffler cloud where we analyze the data automatically for our customers and present that view in a mobile application on a web application, so that they can see and get alarms when trends are happening, when machines are starting to fail. The way that, from a customer point of view, what's in it for you is basically you take a sensor, very easy like this, no wires, no nothing required. This is probably a tenth of the cost of a normal system. You log into your mobile application, you tap the sensor, and then you mount it on the machine, and then it's automatically set up and ready and starts measuring and sending data to the cloud. In the cloud, then you can play with the data, you can check the data every day. Every 4 hours you will get data that you can look at, and you can follow the trends, and it's automatically analyzed. So that gives you a way to predict the behavior of machines and predict when it's time to do maintenance. Is it next week? Is it next month? should I schedule it, so you can optimize your maintenance schedule based on this one. So basically, this is what we say, that we take the production into a new area for condition monitoring. As I said, this is what we have been doing from the customers' problems. It took us less than 1 year to develop this and take this into the market. The focus has been on working with partners that are very competent in what they do, combine that into an IoT solution that is very easy to use, a solution that is very cost competitive, and also fully automated and very intelligent. Our next steps in this would be to add more and more intelligence out of the Schaeffler know-how into the cloud, not only giving you trends, not only giving you analytics, but going more and more into artificial intelligence and predictive analytics. What I could say in addition to this, when you talk about from an IoT perspective, is that you want to be able to take actions. So our next steps in Uptime is also to see how can we combine this with other activities like smart lubrications. Many of the issues that you have in your factory is pending or depending on how you lubricate your machines, how they are running. Do you do it too much, too less, and so on and so forth. So these are a little bit about the future of Uptime. If you're interested to know more, please visit our website, of course, schaeffler.da/Uptime. And I would also warmly recommend to contact different IoT partners, especially here in Finland. And if you're interested to know more about IoT and how to do it, then you're also very welcome to contact me. There will be sessions in the lab sessions today where Wapice also is available, where you can see also what they are bringing to the IoT platform. When talking about a little bit more about the customers, so the benefits that the customers will have from this kind of a solution, you're talking about thousands of machines in one production facility. You're talking about unplanned events that happens every day, in every second counts, so to say. The size of the losses are from tens of thousands euros per hour up to hundreds of thousands of euros per hour. So every chance that our customers have, or you will have, to reduce this counts a lot. So with this, I would like to say, get your sensors, get your mobile phones ready, connect to the Schaeffler cloud, tap your sensors, plug them, play with the data, and start predicting your future. This is our promise to you in the industry, and also the way and a good example how you can work with IoT solutions and new business models and providing services to your customers. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much, Rickard. And I'm waiting for you here in the green room. Welcome you have been using, Ricard, we started from the sofas and then you did the presentation in the angle of the studio and now we are here in the green room. So you've been using now 360 degrees of our studio.
It's wonderful here, yeah. So, it's wonderful.
Thank you for that. A very interesting presentation. It sounds that Schaeffler OPTIME was brought to the market in a different way than normally. What would you comment on that?
Yeah, for us, for Schaeffler, when I joined Schaeffler, we typically do most of the things ourselves, right? And it's obviously that all of these IoT technologies and these kind of things, you don't necessarily have that in-house, right? So how do I acquire this? And still you see a challenge, you see an opportunity in the market, and you would like to bring a solution very fast, so within 12 months. It's basically impossible to acquire this one, and you don't need to, because nowadays all these IoT technologies, they are, I would say, maybe mainstream. So you have to find a way to work with these experts in the field. So it's obviously you choose partners and you create an ecosystem. However, you have to define, or we had to define our know-how, what we wanted to bring to the customers and how we would do this one. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying that it requires different skills from your different methods, different processes for you as the lead company to manage this and bring this into the market. So we had to learn all of that from scratch, right? So it was really exciting, but it took only 12 months to do it.
You were very fast. You said in your presentation, do not do it yourself. Work with different companies, search for partners. That's one of the key messages that that you gave. So in what way did Wapice contribute as an enabler to the fast go-to-market for Schaeffler OPTIME?
Yeah, without Wapice, we could not do it. I mean, Wapice has a proven industrial IoT software platform, a cloud platform, on top of which you can build your own application and integrate all this intelligence. So that was one of the key arguments for working with Wapice. They also have great people, very skilled, very fast developers who can do this together with you. And also their business model fits very well with our digital service business model. So those three reasons, I would say, was why we selected Wapice, and I can highly recommend them.
Is Schaeffler a special case, or can any Nordic company, more or less, use your methods? Now people are listening. So how you guys worked out?
Everybody can use it, of course, and I would recommend everybody to use it, because it not only creates value for the customer and business for your company, but it creates also a wider ecosystem. It creates jobs, it creates opportunity. It really brings all these technologies into use. I was quite surprised myself that been working in this industry maybe almost 30 years ago, that now today we are still at the point where these technologies are not implemented. And that was kind of it made me a bit upset, that why not? And it is because there's a lot of companies, small companies, medium-sized companies, but not anybody who brings this together, right? And that's our role as a big company, and how to work with these companies, right? And we got a lot of help from Business Finland in Finland to work and identify these companies, right? So it is also on different levels that these companies need to get help to find and establish this one. So I would fully recommend it, and it's very, very rewarding.
Certainly, putting the parts of the puzzle together.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Ricard, and good luck with the future, and good luck with your future project as well.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.